Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. It is Saturday, January 16th, and we're going to be playing some more Tavern of Gods. Let's go. Yeah, we got hopefully a fun run. At the bare minimum, yeah, I'm going to show what I want the plan is for this boy. So we're going to be doing not quite a summoner's build. We're going to be using the Underground Lord and trying to boost him to the high heavens and above. He's pretty cool. If you haven't seen him, he sucks on the enemy team because he seems to always be really strong. Basically, he summons 1, 2, 3, and still 3 at the max level. Extra units, and they take 50% of his HP and get some cool stats. Like one of them has bleed chance, one of them has poison, one of them has stun. It's quite fun. He's a summoner, he's nature, so I'm hoping to go more in the nature alignment and boost up his spell defense so he doesn't get absolutely stomped by mages, which is the running theme. He's got some fantastic. So one of his special abilities is at the start when allies within his own 5% of his own, or within 2 yards, which is like 2 squares give or take, are greater than the enemies, he gets a 5% bonus. So you got 5 enemies around him, and 6 allies, he gets 5% more. If it's 6 to 1, he gets 25% more. It's pretty great, if it, actually works. And his synergies are quite interesting. So I'm going to be going for, again, a 3 synergy monster, as I'm calling them, because generally speaking, when you get all 3, they're pretty strong. The first one is just increasing debuff damage. He has 2 debuff chances, so that's pretty nice. The second one is his interact, which is 2 yards, is no longer within that effect ring, and all allies can provide that effect. I believe until then, summoning units do not provide this bonus, but that's just the wording. I could be wrong. And the last one is the coolest, which basically every one of his special chances, the bleed, the poison, and the stun, each clone has that chance. So they have 3 10% chances to do one of the following, and there's 4 of them. If it all goes well, cool stuff happens. If not, then then I'm sad. I've rolled because rolling is boring as hell, and I know people don't probably like to see that. Nothing too crazy in this guy. He's got a bit more starting unit cost. And basically, I've increased crit damage, and nature allies are immune to leech effect, and those are the 2 prominent ones. I'm starting with Underground Lord because, of course. And then here are the 2 rolls, a pretty high rarity, and then a pretty high transmog. Nothing super crazy. I have gone through and cleaned this up because it was a mess and I was getting quickly overwhelmed. Basically, I went through, instead of selling 1 round, I transmogged everything that I thought wasn't good to where I at least got, a small selection of difficulty modifiers that I was happy with. And let's pop right in. So, I'm still not unsure about Path of Exile. I did stream it. I'm not going to buy anything because I don't have a lot of jewels. I'm still not quite sure how I want to do Path of Exile things. I might just do it and have fun on my own time. Something along those lines. Just cause, yeah, I mean, I'm a small YouTuber that started 2 months ago. I don't have an audience. I don't have a lot of people that watch, but I do appreciate everyone that does. So thank you if you do watch these. I actually don't remember all the. I need Goblin, Gloomy, Goblin, Ranger, Addict, Goblin. And that's more of like, if I were to play the game, it'd be more of a talk game. I mean, there's a lot of games that I want to play, but they fall more along the lines of this. Sure. We'll there's a lot of games I want to play, but a lot of them, I mean, there's a strict difference between streaming. Actually, this doesn't even work. And creating like videos. to no surprise, streaming you're more interactive, whereas when you create a video, it's more of someone to watch after that. I want to do both. I've done way more streaming than the other aspect, just because I'm still trying to find exactly where I want to lie in on everything. And Path of Exile is one of those games that I personally enjoy a ton, but it is not really the best streaming game. So these videos are like weird hybrids because I make them kind of like YouTube videos, but just with a more of a, if someone comes in and starts talking, I'll hang out. So it's like this weird. So anyways, as I was saying, I don't quite know what the plan is with Path of Exile. I think it might be something I do on my own time until I get bigger and people are here for just hanging out with me rather than for whatever content I'm creating. And then, that's kind of the hope right now. I'm doing tons of Tavern of God for two big reasons. One, people like it, and a ton of people, I assume, found it off of Google after Splattercat played this for a little bit. So I want to keep making that because it's what people watch and enjoy out of what I make so far. This is a lot of behind the scenes. You'll get a lot of this stuff early on. And then as the future progresses, probably won't be as common to talk about this kind of stuff. But it's interesting, and I like talking about it because it's different. Withering. I guess that's okay. Oh, let's probably roll these. Alright, who do I need now? Got Eidolon, I got Goblin, I need Gloomy, Spirit, Dismember. So you get to see all the behind the scenes as we start, because, I don't know. I think they're fascinating to look into. So the people that I look at a lot of Niji Sanji and Hololive because those are the people that inspired me. And that's the point where I want to get to in my streams because that's the stuff I want to do. I'm always browsing like the various forms and stuff. I guess I'll do the Summoner, hope for the Shaman. They're like, oh, I'd love to do like this chatting streams where I just talk and like we ramble onto each other and that's that. But it's really hard to do. There's a difference between talking to yourself as you play a game and talking to yourself as you chat to nobody. Like I can just, for the most part, throw my thought process out and like various things that I'm thinking about on this. And I think that's okay-ish content. I don't think it's, anything groundbreaking. But it's, hopefully interesting. Or you get like can we get a legendary on the first? Ah. So, and then, it's a scattered brain. Whereas Path of Exile is a chatting game. So if I would have to build my entire channel on it, or build it on me personally, where you come and hang out for me rather than the game, I'm sure people know and can think of this stuff on their own. But I can't quite do that yet. I have to, when you start off, you gotta do what gets you the views. And you might say, well, shit, won't you hate the game after a while? And to be honest, this game's super chill. I wouldn't, if I wanted to keep playing this game, I would quickly stop. But it is fun and constantly being updated, which is exciting. Because at least it brings some variety. And I get to try all these cool combos that one day I'll unlock them all. One day I'll get all the tier 3 synergies. I don't want to spoil myself on them either, because there's some really cool ones, and then there's some really not so good ones. So anyways, like, I kind of got to like go on this. You start off small on a small YouTube, you got to go for the views. And it's just the way it is. Until you're confident and people are more willing to come for you than the game, and you kind of hope to convert people that want to come for the game and stay for you, and so on and so forth. Like I said, the analytics are fascinating to watch about. Like, to be honest, it's kind of disheartening a little bit, but like, but I was watching, I was just playing, throwing all sorts of games out there, seeing what sticks, and then this is the one, but I was like playing some random MOBA game because I was like, oh, I've seen this pop up and people play it, and I'm okay at MOBAs, and I glanced over to my YouTube video, and I was like, oh, what's going on? How's like, analytics looking and stuff like that, and like my Let's Look at Tavern of Gods had gotten like 80 views in the past 48 hours, and like within the past hour. And I was like, oh shit, what is this? And then I found out that just one person, and I like Splattercat. I have actually watched his stuff occasionally. I would say he's a mid-sized YouTuber. And him making a video of him looking at it shot my views up. I mean, to be honest, there's a few other, we're already at the boss. I have been just talking too much. Sorry, man, addict. So there's like maybe a few other people that have made videos for this, and then kind of went on their way. And I watch them because they're my closest thing to a competition I can get, literally. Like, I'm in competition with all of the giant VTubers and new VTubers and people doing this stuff as well. Starting up on Twitch and YouTube, like constant competition. But like, that was searching Tavern Gods is my wheelhouse right now, and that is direct competition. Can I get my people, please? Thank you. So I was like, who's out there? Not too much. You're stuck with me. You're stuck with me if you want to keep watching stuff like this. Let's yeah, we can do Lost Church because actually he can't lifesteal. Yeah, so like, oh hey Shane, how are you doing? So hardly anyone's really playing the game. Block rarity, yeah. And honestly, so Splattercat, mid-sized YouTuber, played it, tons of views for basically a consistent week, and it has shot my entire, changed my entire plan for this channel. Went from variety, see if anything kind of stands out as people really enjoyed this one. It was Amazing Cultivation Simulator for a little while because I played that game, but thank you. I appreciate it. I played Amazing Cultivation Simulator for a little bit, but to be honest, that's the game where I got bored of. And not not in a bad sense. Not like the bored. Like, I have 300 hours in that game. That's not a small time that I've played that game. I just screwed that up. And I figured with the English translation, it'd be fun to try it out again, but it was just the same game. And I think until any big modders do some big projects, I'll probably shy away from that. But I'm sitting here like, man, to be honest, is this all I need now? Yes, okay. If one big Twitch streamer plays this game, one big one, anyone from that whole, I can only imagine how different that'll be. And it's already a pretty niche game, all good things considered. But honestly, I kind of want to play more auto battlers, so I've been eyeing up the ones that are out there, and piquing interest, seeing if I want to actually play these games or not. I should give this back. There's one that's like a gladiator one that's in free demo early access that seems super popular, but it's been going on for about a year now. And I want to kind of start doing that. I'm going to be playing some Monster Train, which is also vaguely in the same genre, but not quite. It's like card collection battler, whatever they call, like the roguelikes, like almost in this same genre, but slightly different. I don't know. I like them. So I'll probably, I do have a stream for that later today. These things suck. I can't believe I have Withering and Madness. But yeah, basically I had a plan to go forward, and it quickly beeline to, you know, how can I get more people to see me? And that's the name of the game right now. And it's weird because I've never really quite liked advertising myself. Mostly because I would be what you describe as like a lurker. Like, for the most part, I don't talk in Discord chat, like groups that I've joined, or if there's a chat that I'm in, I don't really speak up too much. Just because I don't, you know, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know why I don't talk as much. I think the only one that I can kind of say that I've talked to in a bit is the Niji Sanji, when they do their like giant tournaments, because that's like almost like a Twitch stream. But in Discords, it feels weird to just throw out your thoughts too often. Let's keep getting nature. I want to get this guy to 4 stars ASAP. Yeah, it's like not... Yeah, it's not like an auto battler, but it's like... I mean, I know exactly what it is. It's a card collection game and strategy game. But it vaguely... fits that same mold of game that, like, it's strategy, it's slow paced, it's fun, you can do crazy things, and I think that falls in line with like a lot of, yeah, it's definitely not an auto battler. Ooh, but it's a strategy game, I guess would be the easiest way to put it. And I like strategy games. Also, I like have to jump on trends. You know, I don't have to jump on trends. It's not like something I need to do. If there's a game that gets popular, I'll probably end up playing it if I like it. But also, I browse new on Steam almost every day, waiting for like a new game to pop out. I think I've had this conversation. I think I've spoken upon this before. I'm probably going to repeat topics. My brain always gets so scattered when I play this game. Rangers. But like, you know, the Monster Train public alpha came out maybe a week ago, and I've been like looking at it, and I've seen people play it. I'm like, hey, you know, if there's interest there, I'll put out a video or two, see how it goes. I can watch, kind of see. The analytics of YouTube are so impressive. It's actually like so I studied math and economics when I was in college. And so I'm like a numbers guy. My job is nothing related to that at all, which is just hilarious. But, you know, it is what it is. But like looking at trends and seeing things peak and fall, oh Jesus, is probably some of the like closest I get to actually doing stuff that I studied about. But I'm sitting here and like, I don't think I'm doing too poorly, all things considered. I need to start thinking about what I need to build. I really just need summoning stuff, and I haven't seen any. One of my person who I look up to a ton, at least from like late teenage to like mid 20s, was Northern Lion, because that dude is like the coolest. I just respect him a ton, and he just play. I honestly respect him because he can play Binding of Isaac for 5 years straight and just be a madman about it. So I'm like I guess Tavern of Gods that's me right now doing this. Oh, these suck. I might reroll that. Let's try for the summoner. Yes, I love Egghead. He's a really respectable person. And you know, he's who I'm not trying, you know, I emulate a little bit, not like copy, but follow along in his footsteps. 8. Is that all? Will that be, who am I missing? Gloomy Gargoyle. But also, like, do this VTubing thing. Which is like, it's weird. Here's the easiest way I could put why I chose to become a VTuber. So maybe 3 months ago, I was still going into work and, you know, not happy. My job's not exciting. I sit around and don't do a lot all day. The boredom kills me. It's funny because my parents have the opposite job where they're overworked, and I have the job where I am underworked. And you'd think you'd be like, you know, just do more. But like, there's only so much I can do. Let's get this out of here. And just this sitting there and doing nothing is just way more draining than I ever thought it would be. And you know, I was over at my friend's house. He has a wedding coming up, and we were preparing for a bachelor party, and then so on and so forth, COVID, and doing all the things around that. And I was over at his house hanging out. I think I spent that night that weekend, and I was like, oh, on Reddit, which I don't browse nearly as much anymore, but I was like, I keep seeing these like VTube thing, and I was like, man, you know what? Just in general, like watching a female stream has always been kind of like uncomfortable or weird. There's something about it that just like ticks me right off to the end where I'm like, you know, I don't enjoy this nearly as much as watching like Egg or like one of the Dota streamers I watch or stuff like that. And I'm like, I couldn't quite place why. And I don't think I still can. But I was like, and then, you know, same thing with VTubers and like this whole HoloLive thing. Like, it feels really weird. And you know, I don't know how YouTube knew. Cause the first thing it did as soon as I got home that weekend, it was like a Sunday night, and it's like, hey, check out this VTuber, who called Iron Mouse. And it was just a short little video clip about how she had reached a donation goal before even announcing what it was, and it's just so heartwarming. So I was sitting there watching this, and I was like, who is this person? Like, what's going on? Like, you know, it snagged my interest. It was funny because I was like, I just talked about like being like, oh, I don't ever do anything like this. And then I watched Iron Mouse for a bit, and she played with Project Melody and then Nanners as well, and Silvervale, and suddenly I was so enthralled by this whole group of like degenerates, basically, you know, said with love. And then it expanded from there. I was like, okay, what's HoloLive? None of it's in English. That kind of sucks. But then there's all these people that translate this stuff, and so on and so forth. And it just kept going on. And now I'm like, it basically, for me, it was a life-changing moment. Like I can point out a few moments in my life that are like changed me as a person. And it's like, they're weird. they're a certain person or a certain thing I did, and this one was just a video I happened to watch. Because then, like, the VTube community as of this moment, as of today, in the past few months, is just so both wholesome and nice that it's just such a mentally good place to like hang out in. And then, you know, I had streamed in the past, and I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I hate working every day. You know, r/anti-work, I don't visit it, I know it exists, but like, working kind of sucks. To no surprise, like, I'm not gonna be, you know, blatantly ignorant. Like, working should never be expected to be fun if you want to make money. But I'm like, this isn't really what I want to do. For, you know, what am I? You know, I'm mid-ish 20s. I don't want to do this for another 60 years and retire and do nothing. Like, I want to play video games and have fun and hang out. That sucks. End block rarity. Can I re-roll this? Man, it's so not worth it to re-roll anymore. And this one is slightly worse, but like, I will never need to change that. Okay, let's continue. Anyway, so fell down this rabbit hole, changed my life, and I was like, let's start YouTubing again. And here we are. And for the TDL, I kind of rambled on, but that was the too long, didn't listen version. And basically, besides becoming a YouTuber and a virtual YouTuber, I want to share what is this whole community with people. And that's I mean, there's some other reasons why, but that's like my initial ambition. And, you know, hopefully people will like this. Or, you know, hopefully the same thing can happen to somebody that happened to me. Because you know, for me, it was a life-changing event. And I don't really have too many of those because my life is not the most uninteresting, but like definitely not the most interesting. And we got the AoE stun. Let's go. Is there anything? We'll get power field. Anyways, ramble over. Back to the game. This is going really well. I have hardly been paying attention, but we haven't lost yet, so I'll take that as a victory. It's weird because we're like Nightmare. I'm trying to like think back of when I was having trouble like playing Nightmare mode, and now we're just consistent like stoppage. Not stoppage, but we're getting close. That's 3 summon damage, yeah. So I was yeah, that's, you know, it's in the spirit of Northern Lion. So like, I was doing some math before this about the Underlord, and basically you should, if I'm understanding math correctly, which it was quick math, so it might just be absolute trash. Basically I should be getting as much life and health on the Underlord as possible compared to just boosting his stats of his summon. Also, please don't get stunned. And he's dead. Or maybe that's not fully, I only did it based off of one. Like, but having the base unit have more max health compared to the summoned units, just, it makes sense, like, logically as well. Can I get a legendary, please? Usually the RNG is way more with me. Hey. The best one, too. Let's give it to this guy, since I think this guy's crushing it with damage. Yeah. And I'll still take these ones, because they're good, but I'm actually looking for the boots that turn, the ones that turn all summon stats into just normal stats, because that thing's crazy powerful. But for now, we'll kind of fill it in with like these. At least until we get to the end-ish game. But yeah, I also was like, as I was browsing Northern Lion, I was like, he's also playing Monster Train, so that's funny. Dude, people rag at, or at least it's been so long since I've actually watched a stream of his. This looks, look at these boosts. Just because... Yeah, and then there's one summon item, it's the boots, have the legendary effect that any summoner stats are transformed to the wearer and not the summoners instead. Yeah, I figured we might lose this one. This one was kind of scary. And that, if I could get 3 of those and have all those be... Let's start boosting this up. All those on him, like, I think it's like 64 HP and damage. So that's 180. Oh, that was, oh my god, look at that bleed. What? 180 max HP and... Okay, we're gonna just skip this one. It was a poor choice. I think it'll be interesting at least. And then I think I'll fill the rest of the roster out with nature, just so I can get some spell defense. Because my god, the Underlord, unfortunately. Is it the max multiplier? I'll have to look to see if they actually stack or not. I'm sure we'll start getting tons of legendaries. If not, I'll spread it out. Get nature team so I can just get the spell defense. Like, I don't want to deal with it. Yeah, well, I'll see how it's so I'm not like 100% sure on how all the things interact. Still, like, here's this. So, yesterday, oh, that's so good actually. Or 2 days ago, last when I streamed this game. I thought there was a bug with Chaos Vortex because I'd placed it on the team, and I'll stun all these guys. And like, it was healing them substantially. And I posted in this team forum like, hey, I think this might be bugged. And then the devs were like, oh, that might be the debuff zone where if the enemies get affected by a debuff, they heal. And I was like, I had no idea that that did that. So I was full healing the enemies with that ability, and I was like, just confused out of my brain on why that was doing that. But I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I totally thought I had broken the game. He's 9, right? I'm still not too sure on how, like, if I give this unique equipment to this guy, do all of his little guys get the effect? I guess I should try to test it out. Let's see how much damage he does. Or, like, I'll try to watch the little guys attack. But it's hard to tell. Yeah, it might. To be honest, I can't remember. I'll have to go back and watch if it was that zone or not. But I thought it was the beginning zone as well. I mean, these are doing pretty substantial damage. Yeah, the devs replied back and said, hey, this might just be because of the zone. And I was like, holy shit, I didn't even think that affected. I'm sure I could post any of these questions in the Steam chat and they would respond. Okay, let's try put in. Let's keep the damage the same and let's just get rid of the health, even though it's nice. I mean, I'll take Rebirth for now. Because the heal... Ooh. The heal will be nice. I'm just happy they respond still. I'm sure they got a quite a big influx when Splatter played the game. Like I said, I went from like maybe 10 views a day to like literally a week of 200 plus views a day, and I was like, this is crazy. And then even after, so it's of course dipped that back down. It was just like a extremity, a situation that won't probably happen again. But even that, like, oh nice. Now I'm at a new minimum. Usually I'm getting like way more views than before. So it's just fascinating to truly look at and see like how much luck. Are these all 2.5? They look much more. But I can't tell. Like, okay, he did 6K that time. Like I said, it's so hard to tell because it's like they should get the special effects now that he's max or close to max level. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't gotten Chaos Vortex since, so I haven't also seen if it actually was a bug or if I just happened to be in that zone at the wrong time. Let's just give you health. Okay, I'll try to watch the Underground loud. So he did 6K last time. There wasn't really any tanks in that fight. But if it's comparable damage, then it might not stack across. It's got Assassin skin, which is nice. Okay, it looks less. It looks like it's less. I think it does go through. It's probably actually gonna be more damage just because. Oh, maybe not. It felt like a longer fight too. Okay, let's put that back on him then. To be honest, I'd rather boost this guy as much as possible, because then it's 50%, so then from that 50% it boosted again from these increased summon damages. So like having him as high as possible also boosts my summons more. You know, if I have a giant, you know, bullet plate and I split it in half, and I have a small plate and I split it in half, like the numbers are different. That was a weird. I guess I have food on the break. I also see a plate right in front of me from my lunch. So that's might be why I'm talking about food. So I've realized as I've watched a few streams back, and as I've been playing this game, especially when I talk a lot more, and I have caffeine in me, so that's why I'm way more exuberant than normal. I have some nice mango flavored green tea that I have been neglecting. I've never been a coffee drinker. Like, everyone I know drinks coffee, and I just never did. Like, my dad drinks coffee, all my coworkers drink coffee. And I'm like, did I miss, like, this coffee train? Like, it's just weird. And so I'm like, okay. I've visited both Scotland and Ireland for some trips for choir. I haven't been paying attention to this at all. Let's get all this money. And I had you know, the classic English breakfast. Oh, this will be a good test to see if that skill works. Yo, go faster. Where'd this bleed even come from? Anyways, so, you know, I had, you know, it comes with tea. And I'm like, I'm the type of person that's like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Like, I'm not gonna say no to something. So I had some tea, and I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And the caffeine is also really nice. I'm like, oh, is this what people with coffee get? So I've been trying to, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't think coffee's unhealthy. It can be unhealthy, but it also helps people wake up, which I can totally understand. But so I've been sitting here drinking tea, and I'm just the laziest person in the morning. And you know, I think it's because I'm more apt to be a night owl, but the way I live doesn't adhere to that. Like, I'd much rather stay up throughout the night and then sleep through the day and just kind of repeat that. But, you know, I have to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning for my job. These suck. Well, I only ever really look at the end one here. But this one's okay. But to no surprise, when you drink a caffeinated beverage, I think is more healthy. I tend to be happier that day. Probably because I'm more awake. It does not look like that ability's been working, because those 4 guys should melt. Yeah, no, we're gonna put the HP back on. And we'll give our dismemberer his weapon back. But we will give him the HP. This one. Actually, who's a goblin? Yeah. But yeah, something I do a lot. Like, I was so very focused early on in my life. Oh, the bleed. Mostly because I was told do great in school. So most of my life was spent either playing video games, being at school, or preparing for sports. And then later acting. Once I realized I was not built for sports. Oh, so I've been, for the longest time, I've not connected why this last ability with the underground lord. Why when he summons his guys, his things are no longer considered a summon. And I was like, what does that actually do? And I've just realized that I think if someone has this legendary equipment with the spell a summon, they can just melt your clones. But if he has his max tier, they're no longer summons, which is nice. And they don't max or just melt my clones. This kind of sucks. Let's give this to Gloomy. It seems like a bit of a waste since his spells suck right now, but it's not really good on anyone else. Yeah, I picked up drinking just straight green tea with nothing. And I don't know if that people do that. It's awkward right now because we used to have a teapot, or not teapot, a tea kettle. And so I'd make my tea like that, and it broke. So I don't have a tea, so I just heat some water up in like the mic. And for some reason, it tastes way different. Also, this run's like going surprisingly well. It cracked. I think either we've had that thing probably for years, and nobody ever used it because we never. My father's a coffee drinker, so he just makes his cup of coffee. So we'd had this thing for years, and one day I started making, tea, and I would do it more often. And then my mom was like, "Hey," I went downstairs one day. I was like, "Oh, I'll just make a thing of tea." Like wake myself up in the morning. I was like, "Hey, where's the tea kettle?" I'm like, "Yeah, it actually had rusted," and I was like, "Ah." You're telling me I might have been drinking from this rusty tea kettle that I had no idea? So I say broke, mostly because I just imagine it broke to save me the mental anguish. Yo, these guys are tanky. What the heck? Also, this guy survives, which is not good. But he doesn't know mages, so he can't actually cast a spell. So we keep saying we're gonna buy one, and then we go out and forget. So like, oh, give me this guy. Oh, Brutal Bear, congrats. You'll be our first actual frontline. Good job. Good luck. Who has all my dodge stuff? Here you go. Here, have some dodge stuff. But yeah, now that I got a nice set of tea for Christmas, like tea bags of various flavors. Oh, gross. So I'm gonna be trying to stop. I'm leaning back. I'm sorry. Hey. So I might actually go pick one up. So speaking of remembering things, I saw this. It was a shower thought on Reddit, but I had never put it to quite the correct words, which was just the act of making something to remind yourself is better, or like works more effectively than the reminder itself. And I take that thing to heart because there's so many times where I'm like, oh yeah, I'll remember that, no problem. And then of course I don't. But just putting something like on my phone and then putting an alarm to it, like I will, from like the day before, I'll remember the entire day, like, oh, I got this thing coming up. And it's just weird. Because my memory is like just... I think I have very, very bad long-term memory. I think the more appropriate thing is I filter so much crap out of my head that I do not care about. That it just kind of gets lost. Like there's so many times. Oh, let's get to what do you even do? I don't know what boosts your thing besides more mana. What was that? Oh yeah, memory. Memory. It's weird. Mostly because I probably like if there's things I definitely should remember, but I think in my brain I just don't put importance to it. That I just don't. Like a big one is birthdays. I am so bad with birthdays. And I think that's my own like mental thought process is problem because I don't give a shit about my own birthday. Like congrats. I'm now, you know, I hit the important ones, which was like teenage, 18, 21. And even those were like, oh, this is exciting, but like mostly I just wanted to party with my friends. More so than like the date. And so that's just, I think that's how my brain compartment. That's how my brain I can't speak today. That's how my brain sorts a lot of stuff. Which I don't think is great for memory. So I forget stuff all the time. I don't, actually, yeah, give me both though. That's pretty nice. I do like these new changes to the skills. So mages aren't nearly as deadly. Let's just get more. They still kind of suck though. Also, it's too fast. Slow down, please. Is that a bleed tick or is he smacking me? I think he was smacking me. Okay, let's readjust. You're important, you're not. Surprisingly, you are, and you're not. Really, I just need the legendary summoner things, and then we'll be good. But to bring it all back around, basically, I need to drink tea. It doesn't make any sense how it's connected, but like... Oh, nice. The caffeine in tea makes me focus better. And I think... more energy. I'm not a very energetic person. I could talk a lot, but that's because part of that's like my job, IRL. What is this? Let's just keep giving this like. Let's keep Mana Addict alive. I like to get him to 4 stars. It's not really my job, but like I do it as part of my job. Oh no. Look at that. Oh, the spell defense is so good. Normally that'd kill everybody. Oh, I should have taken that. Is he not 4-star? Or is he, or he's already 4-star? What the heck? What's my 99? Nice. I guess the one thing. So anyway, back to the actual game. I feel a bit sad because sets don't do anything. I think maybe some of the legendary sets here and there would be nice to use, but like, I hardly make sets anymore. This does not like me drinking from a teacup. It has. I have too much shit on my face. I can't see, so I gotta wear glasses. And I also have headphones. And you throw a teacup there? Camera's like, what's going on here? Yeah, I think maybe some of the legendary sets are pretty good. But like, and I guess I should give people the useless people sets. But like, I just give them the best equipment, and that's usually for the best. Yeah, legendary stats not awful. Mostly because they're also the yeah, the dodge ones are good just because dodge is the best stat in the game right now. But they're, if you can make the set, they're like not awful, but like the equipment is so powerful in comparison that you might as well just get the best equipment. I had this out of order, so I'm hoping I don't get murdered by this boss. Okay. It kind of sucks, but it's like the best. It really sucked because sets were so important early on. Now they're not at all. Also, we're getting to the dangerous time where I don't really have a front line. Until this guy spawns. And then they're like cool in theory, but the items to build into them are like, that's the problem. The first problem, the last problem, all the actual items themselves. The set items don't make sense for the most part anymore. They used to kind of make sense. They don't really make too much sense anymore. Oh, nice. Like I said, I think that's going to be the next big patch. Be changing all the sets. Also, I'm hoping for more. Like, I want more units. But that's a more tough ask to actually set out to do. Yeah, man, Nightmare, our Underground Lord, is doing very well. Right. The only time I ever really think about the aura sets, and to be honest, nice. I'd be more inclined to the sets if there was an easy way to make them come towards like the end of the game. Like, trying to remember the sets and then picking through all the equipment is just too tedious. Like if I could, like I said, I really would like some way to notify me, like if this was a set per se. It's a weird, this like somehow was a set. I could just like bring it to the synergies or like to the equipment and be like, create this set. Like here's the set that this item goes into, and could just like click and yeah, I agree with that. Also, I think in certain situations, the health regen aura is fantastic. Particularly if you're going like a team that regens health. Yeah, reduce crit. Because, man, the enemy's crits hurt a ton. I can't believe did I get 3 of those from this thing? Basically. Yeah, I think if there are maybe like I said, if I had a way to like favorite sets and then it would appear on the right and I could just click it and it would slot everything in to make that set, that would be perfect. Oh, let's keep upgrading the stuff we have. Yeah, well, usually the one aura that fits your crew. You know what? Another thing that's been surprising me as I've been looking through here is there's like no defensive auras. There's no dodge aura. There's no like spell defense aura. There's no like basic defense aura. And what I wouldn't kill to have any of those. Those would be worth it. Because usually my problem isn't killing the team, it's surviving the blast from the team. A block aura, yeah. Oh, what? I don't know. Oh, is this guy? Ah, I see. I do love seeing the DPS charts. I can't wait to see these bleed ticks. Oh, it's Brutal Bear. Holy hell. Underground Lord has not. I can't tell how. I can't tell if Underground Lord is getting shafted or if not all of his like clones are being counted. Brutal Bear. Ah, I see how Brutal Bear, damn. Dude, Savage are so strong. Their regen is so crazy. It's fun to play them, but man, seeing them just get all their HP back is roots. But we have a million resets, so let's just go on. I wanted to let Underground Lord shine. Turns out Goblin Hunter still real good. Just naturally with this team. Honestly, him just tanking with his millions of units is very much appreciated. Let's get him the regen denier. Like, these gem boots are so weird. Like, why would I ever want these? 100% crit damage. Okay, pretty good. 40% basic defense? So, like, who am I giving this to? Because most of my people that want the defense won't want the crit damage. And then their unique is increased spell. Like, it's so weird. Also, how has Goblin gotten 5 stars, but I don't have any other 4 stars? How's this got 5 stars? Thank God. Okay, this should buff him up quite a bit. Yeah, I wonder what my artifact rate is. Let me check out what my artifact rate is. Because I still have people with blue stuff on. We'll give you this stuff. It's got to be pretty high up there, right? It feels pretty high. 77. That's crazy high, actually. Actually, I kind of want to hold off on upgrading that one, because I'll actually take the 40% power. But I will upgrade these. So good. You know what else needs to be buffed? Or please don't, please don't nerf my legendary chance in the transmog rate. But like, the gold gems or gold gain. I have not used a gem to give me gold on the difficulty selector ever. It's 100% not worth it. There's no reason to ever try to get gold gain, because usually by the time you reach the end game, my team is mostly done, and I'm still getting enough gold to like keep adding here and there. Please don't nerf the rarity and transmog rate. I like them where they're at. You just need attack speed, right? I haven't even been looking at what you do. You just need attack speed. Attack speed. Attack speed. Yeah. Like, I guess the only thing you could ever want to use gold for would be more rerolls. But like, I don't need more rerolls if I have high enough transmog and rarity. If it maybe affected silver gain, I think that might be a little more worth it. If it did both. And maybe it does. I have no idea if it actually does or not. I mean, well, let's just go for it. Oh, now I get to see if I can actually watch this to see if equipment affects how it affects our little guys. Just do they all deduct mana? Stop being stunned, please. Ooh, yes, yes, that would be. I think that would balance it out pretty well. I think that's a good idea. Because, like, books are really good, actually. Like, when I play on Hell, I spend way more time trying to re-roll and get good books. I've kind of reached the point that in Nightmare where I can just kind of, like, stomp. And that's just because all my levels are just so high. Like, I'm finally getting to the point where my levels are just carrying me. Like, almost all my guys on this team are level 6, which is 30% more attack and HP. Which is pretty significant at this point. Or at least it's scaling with the enemy. I think they're probably around the same. I'll have to check and see. Or maybe I'm outscaling. I might be outscaling the enemy as well. Oh, mages are still dumb, but oh, it could also. We're making this last piece, but like increase the sell value of items. The only reason I ever sell items is because they're taking too much space in my inventory and it looks messy. Like, I have too many items here. Maybe it should just be like general consumable gains. I think that might be the best way. I mean, I don't use them when I'm stomping in a run. But when I'm not stomping a run, like I spend everything. What are these levels? Yeah, I finally like out leveled the enemy. And I just have way more HP than just base stats now. Also, I've been watching our main guy here. Did I just take no damage from that? Should win this no problem if they didn't have mages. So actually ridiculous. Yeah, I think they're like 8, if I remember correctly. I might spare some of the Hell's hard because by the second map they have like 3 and 4 star units, which is ridiculous. I'm just gonna Or maybe not. By the third map, they're rocking 3 and 4-star units, which is ridiculous. I saw someone in the Steam chat when I was posting about the bug that they had completed hell, and I was like, man, I gotta be so close. Oh, well, whoops. You know, I don't know if that was legitimate or not. It's surprisingly easy to, like, cheat in this game. If you know what you're doing. Via third-party clients. Who's killing it here? At least Underground Lord isn't far behind, but Goblin is stomped. Mostly because this thing right here. I was gonna worry about the attack power, but like, let's just give him straight power. '72 is pretty crap, but all things considered, it's not the worst. I'm mostly doing like pure chaos, whatever they call it, damage. Underground Lord's not doing too bad because his guys are just so tanky. I'm looking for those shoes though. Actually, one of my favorite random or legendary is this one where when the ally dies, it heals your other allies. Like, congrats, dude. You just straight die. Where's Brutal Bear? You straight die as well? It's literally sacrificial lambs into the slaughter. Which one's the Truth of Command? I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah. Okay, I was like, I thought that was the name was familiar, but actually, let's reorganize. Did Nightmare or Underground Lord just die? Yeah, he just died. We can't have that. I don't know how he just died, but he did. Probably this guy, I imagine. 30% spell defense, by the way. Speed back up. basically, this game has turned out to just be who can. I guess it's always been like this, but like, who can survive the longest to let their guys do the most damage. Usually it's one guy. What do jump boots have like a crappy ability? Well, these guys have an amazing ability. I should. Ooh. I like these better. And if I put you by you, like here, and also upgrade the boots. $88, 13% attack boost. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's very death spirally. Ah, yeah, because like once, basically, for D&D, once you've lost the action economy. Ah, this is mages. I don't know why I picked this one. Like once one goes down, you now have one less turn, and you're already struggling to begin with. Ah, it's been a while since I played D&D. What happened? My friend who usually runs our game has been very, very busy. Brutal Bear, of course. Let's put you back in the corner. Like, look at this guy. It's not even, this guy's not even close. I don't even want to see. Goblin's too good. I don't even know what synergy. I don't even want to look at his synergy. He's not the focus of it. But somehow he is. I mean, Ranger makes sense. He feels pretty well. I can't believe I haven't gotten the boots yet, by the way. I'm very sad. Whatever. I gotta start looking for boots. I've been ignoring the choices. You know what? Underground Lord isn't a damage dealer. But my god, is he not just a good massive tank. I think I want to see how much damage he is. I'll look at how much damage he is taking every round, because it's got to be substantial. Yeah, it's pretty good on that. As long as he gets his summon off. I have so many of these, jeez. Sure, congrats. You get... You get this. Since you're... If some reason my mage is one of my frontliners. Oh, this right here, this small little synergy diagram before, so nice. Their quality of life updates are honestly so good every time. It's the quick at a glance, like I can look at it and be like, I don't want to fight this team. I don't want to fight this other team. It's so nice. Actually, somebody has something that I've... You have? Interesting. Was it... Did it have that there before? I can't remember. I want this, because this is like boots. Or it had something similar, but not, I don't know. Man, look how much these guys tank. This guy's an actual machine gun. Okay, I'm looking for the boots. Just, oh, even a rare pair? Right. I think it was like possible. It was something I vaguely remember it. Who needs stuff next? Man, this guy's got a ton of tank going. I didn't realize. Ghost Sorcerer surprisingly doing well. How much? You're pretty far away. +2. Yeah. Let's see if we can't get Madness all the way up. Just because it's already great, and if I can make it even more great. What could I hope for? Anything, really. I'll take an additional cast. That's, you know what? Not the worst. Not this. I guess we're gotta fight this team. We weren't given a choice. Didn't even make it to his stomp. Oof. No. Let's just pop defense on here because I don't feel like rerolling. Brutal Bear, you went the wrong way, my dude. You used someone at the worst timing, too. Look how tanky this left side of this map is. It's so crazy. Here they are. Finally, got one pair. I'm buying a lot of stuff as well, so like, it's my own fault, but let's do a roll. I knew I should have expected one. I didn't think it'd be the actual 3-piece one. This guy's just tanky as heck. Let's give him some stuff. Nice. Actual good roll. Actually, if on this one, if I could get the stats that Summoner. That's okay. Or not the summoner, the summonee. I mean, you don't really need the attack power, so I'll give you this. I think I can outfight these guys. For once, the mages aren't, like, destroying me because I had so much HP in defense. I don't have the recharge money. Oh, that's an amazing roll in this guy. Boots, please. Boots in a team I can fight. I think I can fight these guys. I think I just... That debuff, though. So I now know why this guy's cruising. It's because I have the attack boot % speed boots with the radiant in the words. Holy hell, what just happened? I have the boots that give attack speed with allies in radius. Look at him just start ejecting arrows. What? Why did she deal so much damage? The Forester. What items does she have? I didn't even look. She has 200% crit damage. Jesus. We're fighting a different team. It's the same team, but slightly different backline. Honestly, the biggest thing this, like, massive summons does is it tanks spells that would normally hit these guys in the back. Come on, we're so close. Let's move you up front. Try to change this up a little bit. Oops. Well. Oh, the taunt. Oh, no. Oh, nice. Oh, the crit. I think we could have got it if that didn't. We might still be close. I don't think we'll be able to kill either of these guys, though, no. Just reduce damage taken. Well, I just want to brute force this. Yeah, I should stun this side. Yeah, kill the assassin, please. Alright. Perfect. Let's go. Nice, 2 of them. Okay. I can actually straight watch the stats on these two, which is nice. Where are you? First things first. Drop all this off. I just want to see. So this goes from doubles his HP. Does it happen again? It does. And then if I do this, oh, how about this? It does. No longer affects the summoner, but the wearer himself. Gets 150 max HP from this item. Nice. Let's upgrade this. Let's upgrade this. Yo. This guy has 12k HP. And also we're gonna give the other piece to you. I want to see this. Oh, well, it's a boss. I think they finally buffed this boss as well. Because he actually doesn't, like, do awful damage. Look how much damage this guy takes. so much HP. I'm just looking for stars to level up my guys one last time. How close are we? Far, pretty far. All right, let's go win real quick. We'll put the team back to where it should be. Just something that's not gonna. Sure. Let's go like this. Honestly, I want to put you. You got that long range as well. Back up front. Right here, like so. All right. What's dangerous on them? Nothing too bad. This dodge chance gonna suck. Nothing too crazy on these guys. Let's Okay, once you kind of know how to beat the endgame bosses, they're just a walk in the park. As always, a victory by round. I probably could keep going, but I don't particularly want to. Okay, let's see what we got for the end of this run. Hopefully another tier 3 synergy that I don't have to buy. Oh, yeah. I say, I mostly say that as a joke. Yo, look at that. And I think we know our next run. Because the thunder boom triggering on basic sounds crazy. So hey, Shane, thanks for hanging out. It's always fun talking with you. I will be back in like an hour and a half to stream some Monster Train. But I'm gonna take a quick break. And hey, if you like what you see, as always, subscribe, like, and I'll see y'all next time. See you in an hour. If not, see ya and have a good night.